Well, here we are again. Seem to be doing this all the time now. We are back on Virtual Pool 4 and we're all set for a one-loss side match between Capsicum and Romario. I'm just going to dive straight in and I'm going to change the cloth colour just before the two players arrive. Miscellaneous, get it to blue. This is the one-loss side of the tournament. Need I say how Romario ended up here? I don't know whether I should say, but he was back at 12 all with Mr. Bill, needing 2 more racks. Romario had a 6 ball that wasn't difficult, and it was a cut back into the pocket, missed that to go basically to take him to 13-12. He would have ran out, and then in the next rack all he had to do was pot the 9 and the 10 ball to get it back to 13 all, and he blew the 9 ball and lost 14-12. So looking at Capsicum, he looks like a brand new rookie player to me. I've never seen him. I think he won a very close first round match against Spin Master. He lost a very close first round match. Again, Spin Master and Capsicum, never seen them before. I'm guessing, I'm going to make an educated guess, that Capsicum may well be out of his depth in this whole tournament as a relatively new player. I might be misjudging him, I don't know. His rating suggests he hasn't played 10 ball before. But that remains to be seen. So we've got the lag for break. Race to 10, it's alternate breaks. And good afternoon, welcome. Twitch and YouTube and Facebook chat should all be working. It's all been tested prior to going live. Romario won the lag, broke off, and no shot in the one. Welcome. Now I think Romario again is going to do the same thing as I'm going to do. He's going to judge the level of this player because he's never played him before, and he's going to then play his game accordingly. Now Romario plays the game open enough at most times. He'll be even more open. He'll just go for every single shot. And of course, he can end up paying the price again by making stupid mistakes. This is how he ended up over this side. It should have been Bill over here, but Romario will never learn. I mean, goodness me, he's been at it for 20 odd years. He's still exactly the same as the first day I ever saw him. Well, I hope it is. I hope some of it is constructive criticism. That's all I'm saying. I don't ever commentate to ridicule players or anything like that. I commentate as I see it and how I see maybe the shape of a shot. I don't get it right all the time, but I would hope players would watch and maybe pick something up. Especially watching the better players in the tournament. That's the best way to learn the game. Well, he never called a 10, so that's going to be a missed call. And Capsicum has a choice of playing from where the 2 ball is or putting Romario back in. Well, what I'm interested in is whether a player like Capsicum, who is, I don't even know where the chap is from. Let's have a look and see where he's from. Oh, he's down there as a States. So Romario from England, Capsicum from the States. See, I don't want to make a judgment on any player until I've seen them play a few shots. Especially certain types of shots, because you know what they should be doing. It's a question of, oh well, that's really cheered us all up, that one, eh? Well, you really put your foot in it there, semi-pro. Oh dear. Oh God. Oh. Oh, that's how to open your mouth and put your big foot right in it. Well, if it's any consolation, my mum died 6 years ago. Well, 5 years ago. There you go. That'll cheer us all up. And Romario's at it again. He's missed the 8 ball. Now, Capsicum there has put spin on that cue ball for no apparent reason, and he's left himself dead on the 9 here, so that wasn't a very clever shot. And shots like that are going to cost dear, where he's had a wide open chance here, Capsicum, to punish Mario, I'll say that again, to punish Romario. And Romario's just going to lap that up. This match could be over fairly quickly at the pace Romario likes to play at. Is that Xavierex talking there again? You need to remind me. In fact, why did you not choose the name Xavierex? Then I know who you are in the chat. Give me a clue. Yeah, I was talking about. I think I was talking about Xavierex and his match and about this Mr. Nice Guy stuff. There's none of that goes on in a tournament. Get that mindset out of your head, because you know, the guys that you might bump into, they're going to have absolutely no single bit of sympathy for you at all when you're playing in a tournament. You don't do the Mr. Nice Guy thing. If you've got a chance of the 10 ball in hand, you pot it. You don't do anything nice. You do everything nasty and keep them in trouble, because you're going to meet the guy that's going to do exactly the same to you. That's how it should be. That's what competitive sport's all about. I mean, you can be friends at the end of it, but when you get on the table, you get in there. Yes, you respect your opponent, but you don't do them any favours. That's the last thing you do. Now that there, did he call the pocket there? He did. That's an excellent shot. Yeah, I don't think, and I'm being honest, I don't think in all the time I've watched Romario play, I don't think I've ever seen him use a jump cue. I don't ever remember him using a jump cue in any game at any time on any version of Virtual Pool. Honestly, I think he prefers to kick, which is not a bad thing, because the more times you do that and the more practice you get it, the better you are at reading the diamonds, which is something I've never done. I just go by a snooker player's eye and look at the angle and try and read the angle. Well, the 4-10 combo here for 2-0. For 1-all, sorry, what am I talking about? That's a good bonus. Well, at least Capsicum's not disgraced. He's got 1 on the board, and he should be 2-0 up. Don't forget that one. He should be 2-0 up at the moment against Romario. And that's the annoying thing. He had that simple chance there to get those 3 balls in the first rack, blew it in the first shot. And, you know, that's the sort of things you will pick up through time. If you've never played the game in real life and your introduction to the game is a PC pool game, then the longer you play it, the more you're going to learn. Well, we've had plenty of people over the years in Virtual Pool who've been, you know, well into their latter years. And I'm getting to be one of them. Well, Romario now, he just needs to get over to the left-hand side of the table here. He'll give himself the 5-10. It looks fairly straightforward to do. If he misses that 9, well, I don't know what he was trying there. He's now left a bank. Well, why he hit it so hard, I think he was maybe worried about hitting the 9. I think that was maybe the problem. Let me check my little doodle's working. Yeah. Well, he called the bank, got himself out of jail there. Oh, I think has he blocked himself off the angle here? No, he hasn't. He's okay. Well, the surprising thing about Spectre Dawn, the surprising thing to me was the thing is, a lot of players play differently in a challenge room than what they end up doing when they play in their first big tournament online. Sometimes they choke a little bit. He looked to me that he was showing a bit of nerves. I don't know, he said he had a sore arm or something. But, yeah, put it this way, he will raise his game when he plays stub, simply because he knows he has to, because if he plays anything loose and careless, that's just playing straight into Stubb's hands. What you want to do, you want to get him tied up and frustrate him. And don't get involved in any conversation with him. That's a simple rule. That's how you play him. You don't get involved in any conversation. Mute him and just focus on what you're doing. So Romario, 2-1 into the lead. Well, hopefully he's taking a couple of tabs, a couple of painkillers if he's going to play him. Play Stubb now. I don't know when he's going to play him. I hope he plays at this sort of time of day. That would suit me fine. So Romario now looking to come down into this 7 and 8 ball. Well, he didn't get into it at all. So now here could be another chance for Capsicum if Romario doesn't get this safe. Well, I think if when's the deadline for their match? Because if Spectre Dawn has a particular, if he's got an eye on the deadline, he wants to keep him waiting as long as he can. He doesn't. Stubb was wanting to rush him into playing it the other night there. You don't have to. Well, now the problem for Capsicum, obviously looking at this, is running away from the 9. And this needs a lot of help. And he's got no purchase in the cue ball. He's right on the rail. Oh, if he's got another week, he should take the best part of that week. That's my advice to him. Don't be conned into playing when you're not feeling right. Well, this is a big ask for anybody to play this shot and try and get anyone back up to this 9 ball, especially when you can only just see the top of the cue ball. Well, this is a bit ambitious, and I think he's just well, he's left it a wee bit awkward. But if Romario gets this 8 and drops a cross over to the right for the 9, he should be home and dry. And that looks, well, I think he's just going to have to, if he's going to try and squeeze a stun out of this and stun across for the 10, you see that's the safest way to do it, just to play the draw, because You know, you don't want to start stunning these hard. And Romario 3-1 up. I don't think there was much advice we could give Capsicum on that 8 ball, because it was really tough to try and do anything with the cue ball to get it around the table. I think it was nigh on impossible. And Romario's got another ball in the break. He's on the 2. And the only problem I can see is, well, there's 2 problems. That 8 ball's a wee bit awkward where it is. It'll go into the middle, but as I say, it's only ever going to be easy enough to put in if you get on it. And that other one, well, I think it was even difficult to play a decent safety with that shot that he had, because you couldn't really do much with the cue ball. It was quite difficult. And Romario was looking to come around and try and do something here, but I think he's going to scratch. So it's another chance for Capsicum, and this is where you know, we're going to find out whether he's up to stealing racks like this. He's blown a couple of, well, he's blown one main chance he's had. Can he get around for this 7? Can he judge the pace? That needs to keep running. Well, that isn't bad if he gets the pace right again. Ideally, he just wants to drop onto the left rail and roll that into the top left-hand corner. And he's hit that a wee bit firm for my liking, but he can just drop it in. And the problem with this is the 8 ball, of course, is against the back of the pocket, and you're looking for the edge of the pocket. That will do it. And now, ideally, you just go forward and up the left-hand side. The angle's there to do it. Well, this is the shots you don't want to believe in when you're trying to pinch a rack. This is another tester, and he needs to watch the speed here. He doesn't want to be running up the table and scratching. That's the other obvious mistake. And that was well played. Now that should give him a bit of confidence. He's taken his chance. He's got himself out, and he's got back to within 1. And he's got the break, but I don't think he's going to any joy. Romario's going to play the combo in the 5. He's going to have to play it dead weight to stop the 1 skimming away here. He's just got to roll it dead weight. Now, well, again, there's no problem with getting the... well, he's left himself awkward in the 3, but he's got an easy angle to come across and get a shot in the 4. Now, does Romario want to take any risk here and try and move that 10 ball? Because that could be a mistake. If he gets the table run out to the 8, then he can leave the 9-10 combo. So he's avoided that. And now he's left himself on the short side of the 6, and now he's got a toughie. Well, I'm fine because I'm surprisingly awake. And there's a mistake again. Now, once again, this is the type of thing that will happen. It's all a question of whether Capsicum can take these chances, because he's going to get chances. Now, he needs to get that cue ball out into the table, and he's using the spin. And now, it's all about dropping this 8 ball in and not running away. Or does he want to try and get on that 9? That's a bit ambitious. Now, again, the advice is you've got a minute shot clock, you get this lined up, and you take your time. It's not a difficult combo. All you do is focus on the 9, and he's done it well. I'm getting a wee bit more impressed here, guys. So we're now back all square, 3 racks all. Romario breaking, 4 balls going to drop in. No shot in the 1, but he'll be looking to hide up in that far corner there, run into something up at the top end. I think he wants to come this side of the 8 if he can. I'd be trying to go this side of the 8 rather than that side of the 8, because you can run into those balls and maybe run into the 10 going that way. Let's see what he does. So again, he's not thinking about that. He's thinking about trying to bank the 1. And look at where the 2 is. I mean, the two's not potable where it's sitting, so why is he going for the 1? And you've got to use your head. And now he's left Capsicum a shot in the 1, and he can get down for the 2. Now this is where you have to be confident just to play that little stun. In fact, he's got the angle to play it, but he's trying to do something miraculous when he didn't need to. The angle there was fine to play a little stunny draw shot. Maybe run off the rail and into something there, but it'd be on the 2. And that's a shot now for Romario, who is, if he can get on this 3, is more than likely going to try and do something with the 7 and 9 and ride his luck to get on the 5. If he leaves it late to the 6 ball, he's going to have to get good in that 6 to do something with the 7 and 9, so he's running out of options here. Well, it's going to be the 5-10, which is common sense. I don't know why I didn't even think of it. This looks easy enough as well. Right, so we're into rack number... what are we into? Rack number 8. I'm going to have a quick look at the bracket here, guys, because I never got a chance before this match started. Just to look at, see what fixtures are on. We've got this match on the 1 loss side, which is that one there. We've got another one which is tomorrow morning my time at 9 AM. Well, that'll go ahead. I won't be able to get that. I'll be at work. And we have another one with Mr. 9-Ball and Gada Jaka Glower, which is in another few days as well. That's 9 PM my time. Depends what day that is. I might be able to get that one. And then we've got the big guns. We've got Semi-Pro playing Mr. Bill on Saturday. And that is the 15th. Is that Saturday? Oh no, wait a minute, that's a Sunday. Popman and Interchange X are playing this Saturday at 6, so I'll have that match as well. And then we're waiting on Spectre Dawn and Stubb arranging their match. And VP Monster, I haven't seen Acero in the lobby at all. I think he's from Japan, which is one reason you'll probably find it difficult to see him, because they're about 8 hours in front of the UK. And then Spin Master, who beat Capsicum, they've to arrange their match. Right, so back to this one. Let's see where we've got to. Capsicum at the table. 5 balls locked to the 7, so let's see what that's like up there. I don't think there's much doing at that end of the table at all. Well, this is another wee hit and hope here. If he could get a nice little kiss off this 5, not too hard. Now, did he call the 10? I'll give him that one. That's another beautiful little pick out. And we're back at 4 racks all. Well, that was a good shot. That was very good. Two ball goes down in the break. Romario just locking Capsicum up. Saturday is the 14th. Aye, that's right. Sunday's the 15th. That's right, yeah. And the one at 9 AM is on Saturday. Oh, I'm losing the place. I don't even remember what day this is. Is this what? This is Thursday, isn't it? Thursday the 12th. Now, Romario's got problems here to deal with. No, Tuesday and Wednesday were my days off this week. I went back to work this morning, so this is Thursday. Don't try and confuse me even more. So how's he going to deal with this 7 and 8 ball? Is he going to try and billiard the 10? No, he's not interested. Well, this will be a good shot. In fact, looking at the 7 goes. Well, it goes from this side. Well, this is a toughie if you're ever going to try and plan a combo being so close to the 7 at that distance from the 10. Yeah, he's calling the bank. Now with this shot here, if he doesn't get the bank, this ball comes up the table. Well, he hasn't hit it hard enough anyway, so I think this is going to sit plumb for Romario, is it? You can certainly cut it. And I think that is just going... I think that's fine. I think I can easily get the 9 a bit inside. So Romario looking to get 1 in front again. Of course, Romario's now halfway home because it's only the race to 10. So a 2-rack gap is a big cushion in this race. So he's got 1, 5-4 in the lead. Capsicum breaking in rack number 10. 2 ball goes in. And I don't think it's a very inviting shot in the 2. I know what I'd be doing. I'd be banking that 1 ball up the table beyond the 7 and up towards the 10 and checking the cue ball just to try and use that 7 and 8 for cover. But he's going for the bank. I mean, these balls are pretty nigh perfect. 5 ball down tight in this bottom rail, but everything else now is wide open. And in goes the 1. Well, you need a wee bit of break here and there. He's got no luck there. And how is he with a jump cue? Has he got one? Yes, he has. Not a bad effort. Well, now there's a problem left for Romario. So this is what I talk about. That's a little safety net there for Capsicum, just in case, because the 7 and 8 are now awkward. And Romario's attempt to get up to the 5, but it's absolutely nowhere near it. So he's looking to get deep in the corner, and that's not bad. Well, this shot's a bit like a 2-in-1 shot. If you play it softly enough, you can cut it towards the pocket. You're hoping it goes in, but you're then hoping for a bit of cover down the bottom of the table, and that is not a bad shot. Now again, Romario, he could jump that, but he's going to kick. Can he get the angle off that rail? Is the angle there to get to that 5? Because I think the 7 and 8 are in the way. No, he's picked it. He's spotted it. Oh, I think that's gone safe as well. Yes, it has. Now, how's the 10 sitting? That's not lined up anywhere. So this is a bit of... well, what you don't want to do is have a blast at this and split the 7 and 8. That's a fatal mistake. If he does something here with any power in it and start balls rolling about, his biggest mistake is going to open that 7 and 8 up. So here's hoping he's well aware of that. Oh dear. Well, he's committed the cardinal sin there and opened up the 7 and 8. And Romario's going to try and thin this, I think. No, he's not. I'm surprised at that. So now it's a 5-ball game, and Capsicum has sold it there, I think. What did I say about breaking out that 7 and 8? If he'd kept that 7 and 8 tight, Romario could have been in this position with still having to do the work to open the 7 and 8, and look what he's now got. Just a bad idea for a safety shot. And this is, I mean, this rack would still not be over had Capsicum just kept that ball away from the 7 and 8. But there's now going to be a 2-rack gap. 6-4. As a break back to, breaks back to Romario as well. Now if Capsicum rolls up to the 2 and rolls this 1 to the rail, Romario's going to kick it in. If he doesn't get tight enough to that 2, Romario will kick it in. Well, it did everything but go in, but he's knocked to 2 safe. It's tight in the rail, or pretty much so. He needs to get up the table somewhere. And that's a gentle, delicate little draw. That was a nice little shot. He's going to have to dig out another one in a second or two, unless he hooks himself behind this 8 and 9. He needs to be careful of that. And that's why he sort of chickened out in the shot there, because the cue ball with any more pace was running over behind the 8 and 9. Well, this is nasty. But it's another chance for Capsicum. And I would think that he really needs to try and get this rack, because, well, that's ended up in trouble, because he's going to be trailing by 3 if he doesn't, which is maybe getting to a point where he's going to struggle to get back in it, especially if he can't get any joy here. But once again, this shot might move the 8 and 9. We'll take that every day of the week. That has worked out perfect. Not a difficult shot to get out of, but it keeps it tight. And Romario has now made the mistake in bringing the 8 and 9 into play. But can Capsicum get this rack run out? No. Again, a bit weak on the positional play. It wasn't difficult to get on the 6. Is he looking to kick? Oh, that cue ball, if the spin just gets in there. Oh, I thought he was going to lock up behind the 10, but it's still not easy. That's the sort of things that's going to scupper a player like Capsicum, who, as I say, I mean, I don't know, he's must be relatively new online, but the player that's lacking in that knowledge and confidence to play the certain positional shots is going to struggle to run out any table. And that was a bit evident there with that ball in hand that Capsicum had. Romario's going to have to cross bank the 8 and avoid the double kiss. And he's done that, but he's scratched. So here's a gift. Well, you play this as simple as you can. You've got to roll the 9 up the table and just roll through. I wouldn't be rolling through that way. I'd be rolling through the other way to go to the left rail. He's trying to roll to the other side, and he needs a nice little kiss, and that will do. Has he frozen it to the rail? I don't think he has. Let's see. No, he's okay. Well, he's won the rack one way or another, but it was so important that he did, and he's back to within 1. Like I say, you're always going to get chances with Romario. It doesn't matter what level you play at. Romario's going to give you chances. It's all a question of whether you can be good enough to take them and stay in the match. And with that rack there, Capsicum's well in it. So 2 ball has gone down. He's got a bank in the 1. I don't think it's that bad a bank. It looks fairly nice to me. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a bit too tight of an angle. So Romario now. Again, it has to be said, it's a wide open table. It's all about playing position. You know, putting the cue ball in an area that gives you a shot. Well, it's just going to be the... Well, he's going to roll through to the right side rail here. And drop in the 5. Leave some sort of angle on this 6 so we can get the cue ball out and up a bit for the 7. I don't know whether he has though. No, he's pretty straight. He's going to leave this long, and this is where it can go wrong. I don't know whether this chap Capsicum was, you know, under another name at any time, but I haven't looked at his profile to see whether whether he is a new player or not. I haven't had a look, but I'm suggesting that he is. But either way, Capsicum's chance is gone in this rack, and it's going to be back to 2. And now, with a 7-5 lead, Romario breaking off. Nothing's gone down, but at the same time, he's not left anything easy here for his opponent. Now, Capsicum's looking at the potting angle on this one. Why doesn't he look at a thin edge off the one and get yourself up there? I mean, this is where you can't be one-dimensional, and I talk about this all the time with a lot of players. He's looking to do something miraculous here on a 1 ball, which if it had gone in, he'd have looked good. But the simpler shot was to get that cue ball hiding up in the corner and keep distance. Ah well, you know, if he's been playing nothing but AI players, it's a big shock to the system to come online and you play a human. Oh, he could have got a really thin edge on that one and left it in the middle of the table and put the cue ball right up amongst those balls there. The shot was on. It was a much safer shot than having a go at something that was really difficult. And, well, it doesn't matter now. Capsicum's back at the table. It all remains to be seen as to whether he can do anything here. See, again, he's a wee bit in the tentative side, and that's why he's now left himself blocked out in the 5. Can he? I don't think he can get enough to pot that. He's going to have to bend that, and that's tough. Not a bad effort at it. Is he going to get covered behind the 10? I think he has. See, he's played a couple of little tentative shots where he's just worried about how he's going to control that cue ball. Well, that's a missed call. 10 ball gets respotted. Now, if Capsicum goes for any thin cut into the middle, he's scratching because he's having to cut it back, and that cue ball just wants to head into this bottom left-hand corner pocket. Very dangerous shot. Well, you see, he hasn't cut the 5, but he's done what I said he would do, and that's, again, just gifting it to Romario. An odds-on certainty of a scratch off that angle. I mean, the alarm bells have to be ringing when you come to the table and you see the angle that you've got in that 5. And that little voice in my head was saying, you don't play the cut because you're going to scratch. And, well, Romario, he's left it at distance. It isn't a gimme, this 10 ball. And it's gone in. And now I would say that Capsicum is pretty much at the point of no return. It's a 3-rack lead. Romario needing 2. And it's asking a lot for Capsicum to play a flawless last few racks to get himself out of this hole. So Capsicum breaking off. I don't like the look of that 1 in 10. This is... Hit the wrong button there, guys. Hang on a sec. That was That was almost a bit of disastrous bad luck there for Capsicum, with the possible 110 left here for Romario. And the 10 ball's going to go in. That's a missed call again. And this time Capsicum is being put back in because he's left Romario hooked. It's an easy kick shot in the 1. You can just get plenty of spin on it. Plenty of room to get behind the 1. And kick the 1 up the table. So again, he's calling the 10 just in case. But what he should be doing is just trying to kill this cue ball behind the 1. And punch the 1 up the table. And he's totally misjudged that. So there's a wee bit of working out to be done here. I don't think there's going to be... Well, there's not... He's not taking the risk on the run out. He's looking to get Capsicum on the 3 fouls, which the way these balls are sitting is a reasonable thing to be thinking about. And he's going to be on 2 fouls now. That's unlucky. Got the 1, but scratch. Now, does Romario now decide he's going to try and run out? Because he's going to have to get on that 3 ball. And that's the first stumbling block. But the 3 ball goes. And Romario has got a little angle there to get out. Well, that's extremely fortunate. I think he was trying to get the other side of the 3. But, well, I thought he could have potted that 3. Maybe he was too close to read the angle. If that had slowed down a bit, he would have had Romario in trouble there. Or has he got him in trouble? Yes, he has. Well, this will tell you the mindset of Capsicum now, because he's got ball in hand and he's more than likely going to try and play some sort of 3-10 combo here rather than trying to run out. Now, does he know he's got ball in hand? Well, maybe, I'm assuming he does. He just decided to try and hook Romario again there. I'm not sure whether he did know he had ball in hand there. Difficult to work out. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it's just checked up. It hit the knuckle there. It would have actually dropped in behind the 8 ball. Well, this is riding your luck here with this cut. Is he going to get a kick? Oh, he's missed a 3. But he's landed nicely in that 4 if he'd got it. And again, Romario's short and pace and a stun there. Needed a bit more beef into that. I don't know whether he can get away and avoid hitting a 6. And that's why he's missed a 4, because he was trying to get it thin and then use the angle with a spin to avoid running into the 6. So it's now ball in hand for Capsicum. Well, now's the time. He's the wrong side of the 5. The shot's tough enough as it is, but he's got a lot of work to do to get on the 6. And he's checked the cue ball up to stop it running in to the 8, so he knew what to do there, but he's got a tough 8. And is he going to try and get this dead weight? Yes, he is. Now, everything's going according to plan so far. Well, this is a desperate one. He's got to win. Trailing 8-5. Can he get on this 9? Plenty of room to get on it. Well, it's going to be the tester. It's a little stunny draw to hold for the 10 into the same pocket. And he's tweaked it away. He hasn't got into it enough. Not got into it quite enough. But in goes the 10, and that's a great rack to win. It just keeps him in there. And 9 balls going in the break. And Romario has a shot on the one hanging over the pocket. And he'll be able to just leave the cue ball more or less there. Oh, he had the angle to play the little draw, so that's even better. And the pressure's on Romario now. Even though he's got that 8-6 lead, these balls are all wide open. And the tough one now is getting good on the 4. And again, he's underhit it. And he's having to pull out these bedhead type shots to try and keep the rack going. And that's where the mistake gets made. Now, well, Capsicum will have a fair wee bit of confidence from that last rack. Can he back it up again in this one? Plenty of room to get away out of that corner. Anywhere in the bottom half of the table will do for a shot in the 5. That'll do it. But now he's got his problem. And he's got to be clear what he's up to here. If he's going to try and play the 6-10 combo, he needs to get the cue ball up to here anyway. And looking at what he's got there, he's not got a lot to work with. He can go forward and up. But does he go all out to try and land on this 6? No, he's looking for the 10 combo here. And he's just could have done with been up the table a wee bit more. He could have done with just been up there. That would have been ideal. But this, well, that is a bonus again for Capsicum. And he's back to within 1. And it's another mistake by Romario that's caused it. And Capsicum's picking away at these racks. Certainly the last 2 racks. And, well, is Romario, is he going to crack again? And Capsicum breaking off in rack number 16. The break is dry. I think Romario's got a shot in the 1. Yes, he has. And I think if I was Capsicum right now, I'd be sitting thinking, well, I'll just sit here and wait until he makes the mistake and see what I can do again. And that is, again, a bit straight. He's going to have to force this. And he's drawing up the table. And again, this one should just be a roll-in. He starts running the cue ball about. See, that cue ball there, had it not brushed the 10, he could have finished right on the side rail and left himself virtually no shot. But he's got out of it. And now here's the tough one. Getting the cut in the middle. Cue ball is running away. Unless he wants to just leave a long 7 again. Which he has done. He's checked it again just to stop the cue ball escaping. And this is still not a gimme because you've got to get from the 9 to that 10. And now he's got choices as to how he does it. And again, he's left it tough. I mean, this is a tweaker. but it's gone in. And now Capsicum has no more lives. It's 9-7 to Romario. Romario breaks off. The break is dry. 10 ball finishing up in the top rail. The danger here for Capsicum is the obvious safety is rolling the 1 towards the 10 and going in behind the 7. If he doesn't get the cover tight, Romario will be looking to play some sort of combo if this lies next to that 10. So that's dangerous to play. You don't want to be putting that 1 ball anywhere near that 10 ball. So this match has been on for just short of the hour. It's about 57 minutes. Well, he's got to the rail. He's got good cover. And, well, Romario, he could probably pot the 10 here and just play the deliberate foul, because the 3 and 5 were tied up. But he's got the hit. It's a legal hit. That 3 and 5 are now set as a combo into this bottom left hand corner, so there's no problems there. You'd generally be potting that 2 ball into the left middle and then leaving that 3-5 combo. Well, he's called a 1-6 combo shot there, but that doesn't get the 1 safe. Well, that's now changed the lay of the land, and this is Romario's chance to win the match. It's still going to be a 3-5 combo, but it's a lot simpler. Little gentle roll, because he needs the angle off that 3 to get out and up for the 4. Well, that's perfect. He can drop down the right hand side of the table, and he'll have a shot in the 7, no problem, and he'll have the angle. Although he's tight to the rail, so he's limited now what he can do with the cue ball. He's just going to have to leave this dropping into the middle. And that is just going to go awkward again. It's an awkward angle to try and hold for the 10 as he's just rolling through. I think he's okay. And Romario has held it together. Took his chance to win the match. And he has won by 10 racks to 7. Well, Capsicum is just somebody who needs a lot more table time, because he's not a complete rookie. He's just not got the experience online, and that'll only come through time. So Romario survives with that 10-7 win. We'll have a look at the bracket before I go and get my dinner, and we'll see where Romario now is going to be placed in the bracket, if this thing will update. So Romario will go through, and he will play the winner of Ice Age and Snake Eyes. And then, of course, we'll get these other matches coming. Right, guys, that's it. That'll be it for the night. I don't think there'll be anything else coming. And it'll not be to the Popman match between Popman and Interchange X. That'll be Saturday night at 6 PM. I'll be there for that. Hopefully you can join us. Until then, we will see you again soon. Take care. Thanks for your company again, chaps.